As we know, ensuring properties are mould-free is incredibly important, which is why we hope you'll find this video interesting and informative. However, if we do miss anything, please remember to leave questions in the comments, and remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think it might help. Okay, so could you tell us a bit about the features of these probes, please? Let's start with the Testo 605.
Okay, so Testo 605, our smart probe. You can see the sensor itself is built into the tip of the probe here. There's a small cover which can be rotated. That just basically protects the sensor. But before you should turn that open so it allows airflow to flow across the sensor. The unit itself also has a shaft that can be basically angled. The idea behind this is if this is used, for example, with the application for air conditioning, that can actually be put into a duct on an air conditioning unit, and this bung will basically hold it there. Yeah. In our normal operation for our application here with the mould kit, you would just basically use it on the surface of an area and just make sure that it's not influenced by the humidity coming off your breath, for example. So the idea is actually just picking up the air temperature and air humidity in the room. The device itself is powered by 3 AAA batteries. The app itself as well can also show you the battery life and battery condition, so you get early warning of needing to replace batteries. And Bluetooth range between here and the device is 100 meters.
And what about the 805i? Okay,
on the 805i, again, battery powered, same 3 AA batteries, 100 meter Bluetooth range. With this device, when you first power it on, it goes green. You can see here we're not actually getting a reading because this won't actually give a reading until we switch the device fully on. Okay. So if, for example, now I actually push the button for a second, you see we have a laser, and the laser is now indicating the spot area that we're measuring the surface temperature on. And you can see as I bring the laser out, we can actually see the spot area gets either bigger or smaller. So you've got a visual indication.
So you know exactly where you're measuring.
Exactly. And that's important because if your spot area is very large, you aren't going to get an averaging effect over that whole area. But the idea behind this is you can now typically measure the corners or the walls of a room. So this is measuring surface temperature. This is measuring your air temperature and humidity. And the two readings will now get combined. If we go into the app, we can actually go into measurement programs. And then if we look down here, there is one that is called mold indication. And now what we have is a screen here where we can see at the top a very clear bar, current moisture value, and it's green. That indicates, in cases if you were using this live now, that the wall area that you were measuring has no mold risk. So we can see now we've got the app here, we've got the green bar at the top. So this is actually indicating that in its current state is saying there is no mold risk. I can simulate what would happen in an area where you have got a high mold risk potential. I'm actually going to change the humidity here. We see the change in the humidity as well. And what will happen is we'll get to a point where the calculation, it's actually saying, because the air temperature and the wall temperature, we've now got a sufficient difference that we've actually start to get a mold risk. And what will happen is this area here that's currently green would go either amber or eventually go red to indicate that you have this increased risk of surface moisture. And where you've got increased risk of surface moisture long term, that is going to lead to the perfect conditions for mold growth.
Yes, it's a quick, simple way of identifying.
Very visual, yeah. And the fact you can record this information so that if you're having to report this to a client, they can very easily see this.
Yeah. Know where they need to make changes.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Thank you for your time. That was very informative. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe and share this video with anyone you think it might help. It really does help us grow and reach new people. As ever, if we did miss anything, please leave your questions in the comments. Alternatively, you can contact a member of our sales team. If you're particularly concerned with addressing building problems such as damp and mold, please do look out for our other videos with John, in which we'll be talking about other Testo products that can help with this, such as the Testo 417 anemometer. You can watch that video now. Either click the link in the description or the link that should appear on screen. In the meantime, you can find links to the Testo Smart Probe Mold Kit in the description or on our website, where you can find information about all Testo's products, www.testo.co.uk.